Afternoon to everyone. I just want to share to you about how do you know that you're raising a child with bad attitude. Let's face it, no parents wants to raise a child with a bad attitude. But somewhere between the age of 0 and 18, every child has one, which means every parent must deal with it. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 23 it says, "Be made new in the attitude of your mind." Clearly, God cares about our attitude. But does having a bad attitude constitute being a child with a bad attitude? What's the difference? And how do I know if I'm raising a kid with attitude and respect issues? Not every child who has a bad attitude is a child with a bad attitude. For instance, a child having a bad day differs from a kid with a bad attitude. One is temporary, the other ongoing. One is situational. Change the circumstances and you'll change the attitude. The other is systematic. Change the circumstances and the attitude stays negative. Still, having a bad attitude can result in being a person with a bad attitude. If not dealt with properly, how do you know if your child is sliding into the murky waters of major attitude and respect issues? I'll give you some signs that you are raising a child with a bad attitude. Here is the last point that I'm going to share to you about signs that you're raising your kid with a bad attitude. The last one is your child feels entitled. Notice, let's say you wrote your child feel entitled. That's because those kids may feel entitled. The fact is they are not. Sadly, too many children in our culture are led to believe they are. How do you know if your child feels entitled? If your child consistently displays an over-the-top emotional outburst when they don't get their way, if your child rarely expresses gratitude, or if your child believes rules are for everyone else, but more likely guidelines for him, you've got an entitled kid on your hands. This is the end of our series, How Do You Know If Your Child Have a Bad Attitude? Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jack of All Trades, Learn the Basic. Thank you and have a good day.